Hi everyone, I'm Marla Miller from marlamiller.com presenting Critique My Query for the Writer magazine. For those of you who are new to this column, we invite you to send in your query letters, fiction and nonfiction. You can submit them to me via email, and my email is at the bottom of this column. So is my website. Marketingthemuse@gmail.com is the email, but it's down there, so take a look. What we do here in Critique My Query is I read it and offer the writer my critique based on speed bumps in the query letter. This isn't a content query. So for those of you who are saying, oh, don't spend time reading it, you post it, spend more time critiquing it. No, that's not the intention of Critique My Query. The intention of this is, your goal here is to be able to get me to read your query letter and then look up and say, fabulous, go ahead and send it. Or give you some feedback that will let you know at least what stopped me. So that's the intention of Critique My Query. And for those of you who are, as I said, new to it, click through a couple of query letters and you will see the utility of this kind of an approach. I do it at marlamiller.com, and I also do it in my real-time workshops. It's really very, very helpful. And yes, we have to read the letter, even though I post the letter as well. Hearing it really offers a tremendous amount of information. So just take a deep breath and follow along with me, or not. Just sit there and listen and see if you hear the same things I do. Okay, here we go. This one is nonfiction, so I'm thrilled because we don't get too many of those. Where's my glasses? Okay, dear blank. From the first sundial that divided daylight into hours to today's atomic clocks that literally split seconds, mankind has sought to measure and control time. We can't see time or perceive it through any of our senses. We can't define it, except in relation to its measurement. Yet time can be measured more precisely than any other form of matter. My book of approximately 22,000 words, Keeping Time, The Quest to Measure and Control It, accomplishes two goals. First, stories related to the mystery of time and the history of timekeeping, written in a conversational tone with anecdotes, entertain and inspire. Second, I show how these inventions have affected the lives of people. The subject matter is related to the social studies and science curriculum of middle school students, the audience for whom this book was written. Each invention that moved time measurement forward, dividing it into smaller and smaller segments, changed society. The problem of establishing a workable calendar, the invention of the mechanical clock, the struggle to invent a clock that would work on the rolling sea, the need for exact time measurement in our modern world, these are but a few of the challenges that are encountered in this story. Ironically, although we have learned to measure this invisible, immaterial entity more precisely than any concrete matter, time has the power to control us. The closing chapter of Keeping Time is devoted to ways in which we can protect ourselves from becoming slaves to time, a concern relevant to the stress-related lives of today's children. James Cross Giblin considered the concept of keeping time remarkable and invited me to use his name when ready to submit. In 1992, when I began my research, most of the books for this age level were over 30 years old. The millennium spurred the publication of a number of time-related books, mostly picture books for early elementary students. A few were written for this age level, but I did not find one that addressed the effective time measurement on lifestyle, the theme of keeping time. I'm a member of blank and a graduate of two courses. I have a master's degree in child development and education and taught in the public and private schools for over 30 years. After retiring, I spent 9 years as a feature writer for blank newspaper and have published 2 adult nonfiction books. My juvenile publications include stories in blank, blank, and blank, and poetry in blank. I continue to keep in touch with children by teaching 6th and 7th grades in the church setting. If you are interested, I will send the entire manuscript, which I will revise as directed, sincerely. Okay, what do I think of this? Well, I don't think this sounds like it's for middle school kids. My first, right off the bat. Now, when you were listening, did you hear that too? Was anything in here that gave you any indication, other than the author saying it was for middle school, that this was a book that was written for that age level? No, I didn't get it at all. Now, I'm not saying that It couldn't be, but it doesn't sound like it is. And here's the problem with query letters. If you're pitching, when you're pitching a concept, that concept on the page of your query letter better be married to the genre that you're pitching it to, or an agent will not be impressed. So that's right off the bat. I don't hear any content in here that's relatable to middle school kids. Number one. Number two, the title itself, Keeping Time, the Quest to Measure and Control It, very adult, very adult. I don't know how many kids would pick that up. Now, when we're talking about middle school, aren't we talking about 10 to 12 years old, I think? I don't think so. And I've had a few of them, so I don't think so. I think that this reads very academically, quite frankly. I'm interested in it. But I don't think that it's aimed at the population, at least not the query letter, that is going to pick it up and tell their mom and dad to buy it for them. Okay. I could go on. A couple of things. It's a short book, which is cool. In the second paragraph, and maybe I'll just leave it at this. In the second paragraph, the author says, "This is what I do. Through anecdotes, I entertain and inspire, and I show inventions, time inventions, how they've affected the lives of people. So this is what the book is going to do, Keeping Time is going to do." Don't tell me that. Show me that. If it's going to inspire, give me a snippet that inspires. If it's going to offer tutorial to kids, but also entertain them so they keep reading about something as abstract as time, then show me on the page how you're going to do that. I like the length. The length is cool. Okay, so that's another critique offering that I offer here. And then let's see, what else do we have? I think other than that, I could go on. But this is a show don't tell book, so make sure that you show me in a query letter. Gear it toward the age group that you're going to be selling it to. Let me see the language, the voice that is appropriate to that age group. How are you going to hook them, right? And then when the author says, author gave credits, that's cool, says that she's published 2 nonfiction adult books. If those books are self-published, I'm not sure that I would include that. If they're published by a publisher, even a small publisher, I would include that. But if they were self-published, I'm not sure that I'd put that here. If someone was interested, if an agent were interested, then I might say, and by the way, I have 2 other books. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to mention is she said that she will send the entire manuscript, which I will revise as directed. You don't send a manuscript for nonfiction. You send a book proposal. And so she does not mention that she has a book proposal here. And a book proposal would show the agent, of course, what these chapters look like. And that's why you write a book proposal. In terms of the appropriateness of this author writing this kind of book, sounds like she has the cred. And remember, in nonfiction, we're looking for credentials. We're looking for people who are experts in their field to be delivering this information, so that why? We trust them, right? Okay, so it sounds like she has cred. But we need a book proposal here. This isn't a memoir, and it is not fiction. And so it requires a book proposal. So I would encourage this author to, there's any number of book proposal guidelines at the Writer magazine. Just Google book proposal at the top of this page, and all kinds of good stuff will pop up, because if it's not in the Writer magazine, then, it's not about writing, that's for sure. So use the guidelines here. They're probably going to suggest a couple of books to buy or articles for sure to read. And I'm going to hold off and not offer any more quick query critique to this query letter. I hope that it's helpful. I know that it's not the news that this author wants to hear, but I hope that it is received in the spirit that it is given, which is to give you constructive criticism on your work in progress. Until the next time, be well, keep writing.